In this podcast episode, Joe Rogan welcomes J.D. Vance. The conversation spans a wide array of topics, reflecting on personal experiences, political ideologies, and pressing national issues. Vance shares insights into his life, the political landscape, and the challenges facing America today. Vance begins by recounting his unexpected journey into politics, particularly his recent nomination as a vice presidential candidate. He shares the surreal experience of receiving the call from Donald Trump, where he was initially unsure of his selection. Vance describes the moment with humor, noting how his young son was oblivious to the significance of the call, instead preoccupied with Pokemon cards. This personal anecdote highlights the contrast between the gravity of political life and the innocence of childhood, setting the stage for Vance's reflections on the responsibilities that come with public office. As the conversation progresses, Vance delves into the complexities of running for a high political office. He candidly discusses the challenges of maintaining privacy and the constant presence of security detail, which has become a new norm for him. The transition from a relatively anonymous life to one under the public eye has been jarring, and Vance expresses a mix of excitement and apprehension about the responsibilities that lie ahead. He emphasizes the importance of staying grounded and connected to his family amidst the whirlwind of political life. Family plays a significant role in Vance's life and political philosophy. He reflects on the influence of his grandmother, a strong and colorful figure who shaped his values. Vance's upbringing instilled in him a sense of hard work and resilience, qualities he believes are essential for public service. He shares humorous stories about his children, illustrating the joys and challenges of parenting while navigating the political landscape. Vance's commitment to family values resonates throughout the conversation, as he emphasizes the need for policies that support families and children. The discussion also touches on the impact of political life on family dynamics. Vance acknowledges the sacrifices that come with public service, particularly the challenges of balancing work and family time. He expresses a desire to create a better future for his children, one that prioritizes family well-being and community support. One of the central themes of the podcast is immigration and border security. Vance articulates his views on the current state of immigration policy, emphasizing the need for a more secure border. He discusses the challenges posed by illegal immigration and the strain it places on local communities. Vance argues that the influx of migrants can overwhelm public services, such as healthcare and education, leading to negative consequences for American citizens. Vance also critiques the current administration's approach to immigration, highlighting the disconnect between political rhetoric and the realities faced by communities on the ground. He expresses concern over the lack of accountability for those who enter the country illegally and the potential for exploitation of vulnerable populations. Vance's perspective reflects a broader frustration with the political establishment's handling of immigration issues, as he calls for a more pragmatic and effective approach to border security. The conversation shifts to the role of social media in shaping public discourse and political narratives. Vance discusses the challenges posed by misinformation and the impact of algorithms on the information people consume. He highlights the dangers of echo chambers, where individuals are only exposed to viewpoints that reinforce their existing beliefs. This phenomenon can lead to a distorted understanding of complex issues, making it difficult for people to engage in meaningful dialogue. Vance also addresses the issue of censorship on social media platforms, particularly in relation to political speech. He expresses concern over the power that tech companies wield in determining what content is permissible and the implications for free speech. Vance argues that a healthy democracy relies on open discourse and the ability to challenge prevailing narratives. He advocates for greater transparency and accountability from social media companies to ensure that diverse perspectives are represented. As a candidate for vice president, Vance reflects on the future of the Republican Party and its direction. He discusses the need for the party to adapt to changing demographics and societal values while remaining true to its core principles. Vance emphasizes the importance of engaging with younger voters and addressing their concerns, particularly around issues like education and economic opportunity. Vance also critiques the traditional establishment within the party, arguing that it has often failed to connect with the needs of everyday Americans. He advocates for a more populist approach that prioritizes the interests of working-class citizens over corporate interests. This perspective aligns with the broader movement within the Republican Party to embrace a more inclusive and diverse platform that resonates with a wider range of voters. Religion emerges as a significant topic in the discussion, particularly in relation to the abortion debate. Vance acknowledges the complex interplay between personal beliefs and public policy, recognizing that many Americans hold deeply held religious convictions. He argues that while religious values can inform political positions, it is essential to respect the diversity of beliefs within the country. The conversation also touches on the challenges of navigating religious issues in a pluralistic society. Vance emphasizes the importance of finding common ground and fostering dialogue among individuals with differing beliefs. He advocates for a respectful approach to discussing contentious topics, recognizing that open communication is crucial for building understanding and consensus. Mental health is another critical issue addressed in the podcast, particularly in relation to veterans. Vance shares his concerns about the mental health crisis facing many service members and the need for effective support systems. He highlights the importance of addressing trauma and providing resources for those struggling with mental health challenges. Vance also discusses the potential benefits of alternative therapies, such as psychedelics, for treating mental health issues. He expresses a desire to explore innovative approaches to mental health care, recognizing that traditional methods may not be sufficient for everyone. The conversation shifts to economic issues, with Vance emphasizing the importance of addressing the needs of working-class Americans. He discusses the challenges faced by many families, including rising costs of living and stagnant wages. Vance argues that the government must prioritize policies that support economic opportunity and empower individuals to achieve financial stability. Vance also critiques the current administration's economic policies, asserting that they have disproportionately benefited the wealthy while leaving working-class citizens behind. He advocates for a more equitable economic system that prioritizes the needs of everyday Americans. Education emerges as a key topic in the discussion, with Vance highlighting the importance of access to quality education for all children. He expresses concern over the current state of the education system, particularly in underserved communities. Vance argues that education is a fundamental driver of opportunity and social mobility, and he advocates for reforms that prioritize student success. Vance also addresses the challenges posed by rising tuition costs and student debt. He emphasizes the need for affordable education options that empower individuals to pursue their goals without being burdened by financial constraints. Foreign policy is another significant theme in the podcast, with Vance discussing the implications of America's global engagements. He critiques the current administration's approach to foreign relations, arguing that it often prioritizes ideological goals over national interests. Vance advocates for a more pragmatic foreign policy that focuses on diplomacy and cooperation rather than military intervention. Vance also reflects on the lessons learned from past conflicts, emphasizing the need for a more cautious approach to military engagements. He argues that America should prioritize its own interests while fostering positive relationships with other nations. Throughout the conversation, Vance emphasizes the importance of civic engagement and participation in the democratic process. He encourages listeners to get involved in their communities and advocate for the issues that matter to them. Vance believes that active participation is essential for fostering a healthy democracy and ensuring that the voices of all citizens are heard. Vance also discusses the role of grassroots movements in shaping political discourse. He highlights the power of ordinary citizens to affect change and influence policy decisions. As the podcast draws to a close, Vance reflects on the future of American democracy and the challenges it faces. He expresses concern over the increasing polarization and division within society, emphasizing the need for unity and collaboration. Vance believes that a healthy democracy relies on open dialogue and mutual respect among citizens. Vance also acknowledges the importance of addressing systemic issues that undermine democratic principles. He advocates for reforms that promote transparency, accountability, and fairness in the political process.